Hey guys, this is Venkat. First, I welcome. Today, I just wanted to speak a few words about what happens when someone is facing problems in relationship or going through a breakup or going through uh, a feeling that they have been cheated by their friend or by their you know uh, husband or wife or with their boyfriend or girlfriend. Remember, it all happens in life these days. Things have become complicated, so life has become more faster and but human emotions are still the same. um, some people are basically bad, they know that they are cheating on you and they will do it. And some people, in some cases, it happens without their you know though they are good, they might have eventually involved in something that really deeply hurts you. Whatever happens, you are the one who's going to decide how your life should flow. So always remember, you can worship Sai, you can read Sai Satcharita, the holy book of Sai, you can read about his stories, you can also um, do whatever you could, but don't blame. Of course, if you want to blame Baba for whatever is happening in your life, blame Sai Baba. But what is the point in blaming Sai Baba? So you don't get anything in return. So I will give you three tips to overcome situations when you are going through breakup or when you're facing problems in relationship. First one uh, is to understand the reality of worldly life. Any relationship for that matter, it's like we are in a journey. If you, when there is a flood in the forest, in the water stream, two wooden logs will come together. Two wooden logs will come together and it will float together. It might, both these wooden logs might think that it is going to float forever, but again, at one point, maybe the wooden log will be hit by a rock, or the water force might split it, and one will go to one and another will go to the other end. So that is how all the relationships on earth uh, are structured. Of course, some couples live together for lifetime, but do they really live together for lifetime? For example, my father passed away, and now my mother is alone, and I am taking care of my mother. And as a son, I really know the pain that I am going through a pain that no Sai Baba can help me, overcome the pain that I'm going through now. The same way Sai Baba cannot do anything, uh, when someone dear to us is not with us. So remember, see life practically. Whoever you love or whoever you are really interested in, they might not be with you all through your life. So at one point you're going to lose them. So think that you're going to this time, in your case, maybe you're losing them earlier. So take it positively that way. And tip number two is uh, any relationship that gives you pain, it's not for you. Think like that. Let's say your friend cheated on you, your friend is showing interest on someone else, or your husband or wife is showing interest on someone else, or in that case, all you have to think is there are some intention, some impulses in them which is making them do it. Some people who are really loving Sai Baba, they come and blame Baba. I mean, you can always blame your guru, nothing wrong in that. But what Sai Baba is going to do, if they are really bad, they are bad. If they think what they are doing is right, according to them, they will do it. How can Sai Baba go and change them? He can't change them. So accept it. I have to be very precisely clarify. The tip number two is very simple. Accept it and move on with your life. That is all I can tell you. And the third tip is you have to get into some kind of divine process, not because you want to get back that person's love or not because you wanted to fix everything. For example, many women write to me, I'm separated from my husband. Many women write to me that I've got broken up. Some guys also write to me about their problems. some girl, one of these girl, she's telling me she's blaming Sai Baba because her boyfriend cheated on her, and she okay, of course she's hurt, but I told her that is your boyfriend is not uh, clear in what he needs, and that is the reason he tried to get close to some other women. So the problem is not with Sai Baba, it is his problem. But again, see, this girl is telling, okay, she's blaming Sai Baba, and again, this girl is telling she's going to marry him. And I said, no, okay, be blessed, you are going to be blessed, but don't come back and say that uh, after 4 or 5 years, don't come back and say that, Baba only did this, my husband is not right, because already you got a hint that this guy is not true to you. And again, if you're going to marry him, it's your own decision. Don't come back and blame Sai Baba. When my father passed away, his only desire was, when my father lived all through his life, his only desire was to see me get married, which never happened. And I continue to blame Sai Baba. But what is the point? I don't have any other way of releasing my pain other than blaming Sai Baba. So I know that I'm just blaming him for the blaming sake, but I know my guru has done what he could do, the best possible thing he could do. So probably the best possible thing Sai Baba could do was to ensure that I don't get married when my father was alive. I don't know the reason. So we never know the reasons why Sai Baba does something. And we cannot always blame Sai Baba, of course. We can only blame ourselves. It's my life. This is structured like this. What can Sai Baba do? Okay. Now, when I question what can Sai Baba do, he is supposed to change my life for good, but he couldn't. And that is where I wanted to tell you, fate is very, very powerful. It's very powerful. You can argue with me. So, if fate is so powerful, then why do we worship Sai Baba? Why do we trust him? What is the point in believing in a saint? He will just smoothen the thing. He'll just make sure that, irrespective of the fact that something bad is going to happen in his life, I'll just take care of him. So Sai Baba, miracles and all those things are one side. The other side is accept what he does. And you can't be happy for whatever happens in your life, when bad things happen in your life. But there is no point in just blaming Baba, and by blaming that, we are not going to gain anything. Again, we are only going to go back to Sai Baba to seek a blessing. So the third point is get into some kind of divinity, not to smoothen everything, not to fix a problem, but to ensure that your mind understand the deeper meaning of life, the deeper meaning of why you were born. In my case, what I understood is that now my goal is only one thing. I don't know if you will get married or not, but what I know is I see my father as my guru, and I know I will live this life the way my father and Sai Baba has designed it. I'll be truthful, I'll be honest, I'll be sincere, I'll work hard. But eventually, my goal now is to reach my father. It could take 30 years or 40 years or 20 years, I don't know. But I have changed the desire in me. I've changed my goal. My goal now is to attain a state where I reach my father. That doesn't mean that I wanted to die sooner or something. That just means whatever is determined to happen will happen. So you have to think that this happened in my life. This failure in the relationship happened in my life. But there is some kind of divinity in me which is calling me. So let me serve. Let me focus on that. Let me focus on divinity. Did you understand what I'm trying to tell you here? The third point is, don't worship Sai Baba to fix your problems, to find solution for your problems, but to get closer to that kind of divinity in yourself. So the more you chant Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, and the more you read Sai Satcharita without any expectations, what happens is that you get closer to Sai, get closer to Lord Shiva, you get closer to Lord Vishnu, you get closer to the goddess you love, could be Durga or Parvati, Mahalakshmi. So you will gradually understand this relationship, these problems you're facing, everything uh, is nothing compared to the greater divinity for which you are born. So divert your mind, do some course, meet some good people, speak to someone you really care about, who really cares for you, and understand that Sai Baba is fine when you blame him, but you are not going to gain anything by doing that. So start to worship Sai Baba uh, just to attain the divinity in you, just to see the divinity in you. Then your life will be good. I hope it will be good. So keep chanting Sai's holy name. No matter what happens in any relationship, don't worry much. Your life will be good. So the first point, understand the reality that all relationship sometimes is not temporary. Worldly life is like that. Second thing, take it easy. Let go of things. The third thing, feel the divinity in you. Go beyond the materialistic desires you have and feel the divinity in you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. The deep pain in me when I'm remembering my father, when I'm facing hurdles in my life, it disappears the moment I chant like this. So feel the divinity in you. If you think writing to me can help me, go to starsa.com/contact and email me. I'll be happy to talk to you. Om Sai Ram. This is Venkat for starsa.com. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be happy even if you share your experiences with me. Some people have shared, but I don't have time to post their experiences. And you can just go to starsa.com/contact and then email me. I'll just try to see if I can also post my WhatsApp number, but emails are much more beautiful. You can also always tell your story in email, not on WhatsApp. So keep chanting Sai's holy name. Life will be good. Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram.